What's up, guys? Emster Knows Hoops back today with another video. And today we are on the finale of the position ranking mini-series uh, with the center position. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. This video might come out like an hour or two later than usual, but I need to shout out my homie, Jalen. Help me out with some audio mixing stuff. I'm trying to get my content even better for you guys. You deserve it for sure. Let's hit 800 subs. So again, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Coming in at number 10, I have Kristaps Porzingis, averaging 27 and 2 on 52 from the field, 38 from 3, 86 from the line. And honestly, I think Tingus did his job for sure. I mean, he averaged about 2 blocks and a steal, which I think defensively he's been good. I do still think if you put a dominant big on him, and I know, like, oh, well, Imster, you could say that for a lot of bigs. Sure, but I also think, like, that can hurt them. I mean, obviously, he missed most of the postseason due to his injury, and he might even miss the beginning of next season, or I guess he will. So hopefully, I guess he can come back and be good and help Boston Pops go back to back. But at number 10, I have Kristaps. I was really, really, really close to putting Chet. I just think I need Chet to slightly improve on the rebounding. And again, it's his first real year in the NBA. Yeah, I think he'll be there in a matter of time. I'm sure this will be a hot take because of the way that people talk about this guy, but I don't really regret saying what I'm about to say. I have Victor Wembanyama right now as the 9th best center in basketball, averaging 21, 11, and 4 on 47 from the field, 33 from 3, 80 from the line. And then, I mean, the dude averaged 4 blocks and a steal. Defensively, the dude's a menace. I don't want that to get lost in translation. I'm not saying that he's... I think people look into just the numbers or whatever, and they're like, well, Victor will continue to improve, so he is better. That's not how I necessarily look at it. You have to earn the right to be better than somebody else. Or not the right, but you know what I'm saying. I can't just go off a projection alone and therefore lift someone up, because at that point, why wouldn't we all just have someone like Victor number 1? Because that's what he's been projected to be, right? Because the reality of it is he's just not that high yet, which is fine. I think going into next year, some of these guys he's for sure going to leapfrog, barring an injury, or honestly, similar to this year, barring a rough start. Now, again, he's a rookie, so he gets leeway. I'm not saying he was awful, but now the team has drastically improved. You bring in Chris Paul, you got Stephon Castle. You still have guys like Zach Collins, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell. Like, they just have a great little core to build around Victor. Now, is it a championship contender? No. I just hope that this team is far more competitive going into next year. Not saying they got made in the play-in or the playoffs, but they got to be a whole lot better because their team's gotten a whole lot better. So yeah, I've got Victor Wembanyama number 9. I'm very close to calling an audible, but I'm not going to do it yet because I think this guy's got another year in him, and I think this dude at that point is just to the moon. And at number 8, one of my personal favorite centers in the league, Alperen Sengun, averaging 21, 9, and 5 on 30 from the 3, 54 from the field, 69 from the line. Nice. Third in MIP, actually. I mean, to be 100% honest, this dude's the biggest. To me, like, bringing in the vets of Van Vliet and Dylan Brooks are a huge reason why, and Ime Udoka really getting that system going. But to me, I think it's pretty clear that when they finally enabled Alperen to be discussed as or be viewed as the guy on the team, I mean, the dude's kind of taken over. I mean, almost every year he's had a 4 to 5 point jump. He went from 10 points in his rookie season to 15 to 21. Like, and the assists have gone up about 1 or 2 every time. I think his assists could get even higher. I think they should run him somewhat similar to Jokic. I don't think he quite has the capabilities of a Jokic just in terms of the scoring and everything, but man, let him even get the ball even more. I mean, you have wings that need it. Now, the issue is, too, they don't necessarily have the greatest spacing in the world shooting-wise. But similar to Victor, I think it'd be wrong of me to then use his projection or my projection of that player to then lift him above these 7 other names. So I have Şengün number 8. I even think Victor could pass Şengün next year. But I also think if Şengün takes another step, those could be lockstep, and that'd be fun. Because then you have a battle in Texas for who's the best big, even though everyone's going to say it's Victor anyways. Coming in at number 7, I have Karl-Anthony Towns. I know what you're thinking, but Imster, he's the 4. He's playing the 4, but we all know good and well on 99.9% of teams, and those 0.1% are with other centers who are above him. So I have 6? So 24 out of 30 would just about take Cat at their center. Again, he's only playing power forward out of necessity, obviously for fit and everything. Gave you 22 on 50 from the field, 42 from 3, 87 from the line, with about 8 boards, 3 assists. Now, obviously, his defensive issues are there, no doubt about it. However, I still do genuinely believe that Cat is a huge reason for Minnesota's turnaround, but I think realistically you have to trade him. I don't know what you go for. I don't know how you do it. I don't even necessarily think you need draft capital back. But if you're trying to win now, like it looks like they're really putting their foot on the gas there, Minnesota. As incredible of a help he was to not stopping, but slowing down Nikola Jokic, because again, I think whether we like to admit it or not, he played really good defense on him. I think we also see when he's not hitting shooting wise, he's not really attacking a whole lot. And when he's not attacking, it can hurt the team. I think at the end of the day, you're going to have to trade one of the 2 bigs. And I think you're going to keep Rudy just because you've given up too much to get him. So yeah, I think again, Cat's an incredible center. I think he'll probably unfortunately be on the way down with these younger centers arising. But man, Cat kind of did his thing in the playoffs. Not to the greatest extent, right? But I mean, he averaged 19 on 47 from the field, 36 from 3, 86 from the line, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, not terrible. Then coming in at number 6, I have his teammate, Rudy Gobert. Rudy, I think, gets a lot of hate. And I, to some extent, understand it just because when we hype up Rudy Gobert's defense and then we point out, well, look, blah, 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 blah is happening, and now he's not as good, right? Similar to when we talk about players like Giannis offensively, when we go, oh, look, now he's got to shoot, and it's not that good. The context I get at times is not always Rudy's fault as to why his defense looks exposed. However, I still think the issue for me with him is still just the offensive side of the ball and just his complete lack of ability on that side. He's made some really good passes, and he hit the shot of his life in that second round, just undeniably. Obviously, the dude's a 4-time DPOY. He's a Hall of Famer, incredible player. I just think I've got 5 guys pretty comfortably better in terms of just like, if I'm building a team, I'm taking these dudes at the 5 or even the 4, right? If I could get another center, I guess. That's how I would sort of do it. I mean, again, the dude gave you 14, 13, and two blocks and a steal, 66 from the field. I mean, he did his thing, man. He definitely is a huge reason as to why. And by the way, as much as I love Victor, dude was not Defensive Player of the Year. I'm sorry. I get it. Rudy's got more defensive help. But Rudy Gobert is for sure, and we saw it in the Phoenix series especially, he was for sure a deterrent of attacking the rim. Whether we like to admit it or not, it's a different story. And Victor will probably win 2-3 Defensive Player of the Year, maybe even more, right? But this year, what Rudy provided defensively for his team, it's hard for me to really argue against that. Coming in at number 5, I've got Domantas Sabonis. First off, Chicago, my team. What do we do with DeMar, man? I'm glad he got over there, but man, Sabonis averaging 19, 14, and 8, made All-NBA this year, thank goodness, because I actually, back when we did our All-Star prediction video, I was saying how Sabonis should have been an All-Star, and he was unbelievably snubbed. But this dude, I mean, what he provides his team is legit. And I think this year, he definitely was the best player on their team. I think what he provides offensively is huge. I do think it gets a little repetitive at times. And obviously the defense is an issue. But I don't know. I think that this team is really good. I just think it's going to be really interesting to see how they run it with DeMar. But yeah, I have Sabonis at 5. He's sort of the benchmark of the top 5 centers. By the way, if you value Rudy's defense more than Sabonis' offense, that one I understand. In terms of right now, I think every other center below him is worse offensively at the moment. Obviously, you could say they're better shooters or whatever, but I just think what Sabonis does as a hub, as a playmaker, whatever, it's pretty unmatched, at least compared to those guys for now. And then coming in at number 4, we have Bam Adebayo. Now, I think, to be 100% honest, Bam should be a power forward in most incredible, perfect, right situations. Giving you 19, 10, and 4 on a steal and a block a game. 52 from the field, 36 from 3 on 0.6 a game. So, and similar with Sabonis, by the way. Do not take either of these dudes as elite shooters. And then 76% from the line. The reason I don't have him higher is for 2 simple reasons. One, quite simple and quite forward. Everyone, and I mean this wholeheartedly, everybody who is ahead of him absolutely is just leagues ahead of him. It's not close. There's not a if, and, or but about it. He's about to turn 27. I think this is who Bam is at this point. His offense has always been sort of stagnant or rough. I mean, he had the best scoring playoffs, but they also, I mean, they won 5 games. He went 50 from the field, 20 from 3, and he took 2 a game too. 4 assists, 9 boards, 2 turnovers. Again, I think Bam is an incredible player, probably top 30, top 25. I just don't think he's as good as these other 3. Coming in at number 3, Anthony Davis, averaging 25, 13, and 4 on 56 from the field, 27 from 3, 82 from the line, and he averaged 2 blocks and a steal. This dude is elite. I actually did not know this. This is his second All-NBA season since his first year with the Lakers. Obviously, he had 3 or 4 when he was in New Orleans, but I would have sworn he probably had more. But it was by far his healthiest season as a Laker, like undisputably. 76 games played, even more than the bubble year. His playoffs were immaculate. Like, 16 boards a game is obscene. It's not okay. Like, I mean, it's okay for him, obviously, but that's 28, 16, and 4, 2K numbers. And then you give him 2 blocks. He was the reason they were in that series. He punished Nikola Jokic. He averaged 28 points on 63% from the field. Like, that's disgusting. I think his limitations as a playmaker, offensively, I think are there for sure. So I think that's kind of what holding him back. Number 2 is going to be obvious. Same as number 1. I've got Joel Embiid number 2. The injury bug is starting to really bug me. Get it? But even in the playoffs, right? Like, he averaged 33, 11, and 6 on 44 from the field, 33 from 3 on like 7 a game, which he should not have been taking that many, but he was hurt and settling and whatever. 86 from the line. I like his aggression. He got there 13 times a game. But at times, man, you just got to be better. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not saying he's fully to blame, but man, I'm going to be honest. In that series specifically, like, I understand Embiid was dropping 33. I genuinely believe Tyrese Maxey was the best player in that series, even including Jalen Brunson. I do not think there was a better player in that first round than Tyrese Maxey consistently, game in, game out. Because Maxey gave you 30, 5, and 7 on 48 from the field and 40 from 3. Like, I don't know how anyone else really competes with that. Again, Embiid's an incredible player. honest to God, if he didn't get hurt, he was MVP this year, and it wasn't going to be close. Dude was looking like the best player in the world in the regular season. But hey, I mean, there's only so much you could do. And then number one is I have the second best player in the world. For many, still the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic. 3 MVPs in 4 years, averaging 26, 12, and 9. I mean, do I really got to waste time on how great Jokic is? I mean, it's ridiculous. I will say, by the counting numbers right, they're not bad. Like, it wasn't a bad playoffs. However, we got to be fair. If that was any other superstar caliber player, if that was Luka, Giannis, even on the way people view a LeBron, a Kevin Durant, having a 20-point lead and blowing that it's not okay. It's quite frankly just like unacceptable. I believe they said it's the biggest Game 7 deficit overcome in NBA history. And a part of that is Nikola Jokic's lack of defense, and also, quite frankly, as good as his offense is, if the team around him ain't hitting, and if he's not getting it going or being aggressive, it could fall flat. But again, he's an incredible player, top 2 in the world. I just think even then he still has flaws. There's not a player in this league that I think is a perfect player or the best all-around player, just because there are inconsistencies in everyone's game. But yeah, this was my top 10 centers. I'm curious what you guys think down below. We're, I believe, 7 subs away from 800, so don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And then I think I'm going to start doing retrospective stuff. Probably going to start sprinkling in some live streams every once in a while. And then I'm going to kind of just do power ranking stuff. I think how these teams are going to look going forward. So again, don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. This was Mr. Knows Hoops. Have a good one. Peace out.